on the floor, he like yells and he says, "Fuck you! I always knew you weren't actually one of us."
I'm looking at the dude against the wall and be like, "You could spit on him if you want."
He just shakes his head. He's not worth it.
We should get one of those books for Steve.
Yeah.
Steve just summon the god instead.
Oh god.
Well, I guess we're at the point where we need to decide what to do. Either you tell us where... Actually...
Also, Borris, feel free to come back down anytime. You know.
Still trying to like figure out what's going on right now. I'll take my time.
We're just asking more questions.
They are just asking. They are just interrogating the guy. He did.
Smacked with the amulet.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now I remember.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, how many of these discs do you have, and how many do you need?
Who are you asking?
The man that's trying to get the discs. The cleric on the floor, well, the cleric being held upside down by Sjtolgegg.
Oh, right, he's held upside down. True. He just shakes his head and says, "Why would I tell that to a heretic who's trying to interfere with our business?"
I feel I need to intimidate this man a little more. Can I grab out one of my arrows and just slowly start poking it into his belly?
Sure. Give me an intimidation check.
God, I've got nothing there. Oh my god.
He just stares you down and he says, "If you want to kill me, kill me. I'm not afraid to die for my god."
I'll come back and smack him again with his amulet. Maybe that'll work.
Sure.
Speak, you heretic!
Intimidation. Push the arrow a little further.
Alright, Shadows. Alright, there we go. Let's see. Frick is his character sheet. Give me a second. Let's see how resilient he is. Nope.
Better not lie to us.
Is that not how you spell his name? Jesus. Why does everything in D&D just have terrible names?
It's a fantasy role-playing game.
Terrible names. Oh, because I was looking at the wrong folder. That makes sense. Alright, let's see. Plus... Oh, that is not a d20. He is willing to suffer anything. He won't betray his god. He does not. He doesn't care.
Sounds like happy hour to us, doesn't it? Sounds like happy hour to us, if we can do anything to him.
For fuck's sake.
Boris, what do you think? I had a little plan earlier, and I discussed this with Sjtolgegg that we were to take this man to your temple and make him sweep floors for the rest of his life.
Are you gonna
make
catch Borris up on the things he said about certain things, or are you just gonna leave him in the dark about that?
And yes, I suppose I should.
What is it?
So, while you went upstairs, I thought it would be a good time to ask about the previous clerics that were here. You're not going to like this man very much if I tell you this.
I don't like him already.
Well...
We were gambling in the temple!
Okay, I'm just going to tell you because I'm curious to see what you do because you're an old dwarf and this is quite humorous for me. Essentially, they killed them all and threw them off the cliff.
try not to have a heart attack right now. Hold on a second.
Now, just calm down, Borris. I know you're a little angry right now.
You can see his head just slowly getting redder and redder and redder.
Like there's a nerve popping out.
Yeah.
Now, before you go, doing anything mad, maybe just put that energy towards getting a little more information out of this man as much as we can, alright?
It wouldn't be bad to do what I want to do. So I'll ask you guys to do it instead. You seem to be capable of doing whatever you were.
Can I just have a perception check from whoever is watching the guy who's upside down?
I mean, I'm holding him, so I guess I'm watching him.
Jesus. Okay, Sjtolgegg, you can't quite see his face. Shadows, you definitely notice like this sly grin as he watches Borris like try to keep composure, and you can see that he there's no regret. Like he is like, fuck, I killed your friends. He's enjoying this.
I'm gonna reach into my pockets at this point and like pull out a handful of mites and fleas and other parasites from infestation. Now, I'm sure an arrow and my friend slapping around a bit isn't that intimidating, but I'm sure we can find other means.
Hold on, my friend. Hold on, my friend. Whatever you're gonna do, this time I will close my eyes. But please don't do it in the temple. Take him outside. After you've done, I'll take it from here.
To the cliffs.
Borris,
To the cliffs.
you have helped us this far. I would certainly respect your request, my friend. How's it sound, boys? Sjtolgegg, you want to drag this man out by his feet? Not, just kind of on the floor?
Very much so.
He's happy.
I have an idea, guys.
Just kill him once. Just kill him once.
As you say that,
We'll give him what he wants. If you want to die, so be it. So be it.
the guy leaning on the wall, he's like, wait, hang on, before you do that. And he he goes over to the guy and just starts rifling through his pockets until he finds a key. And he looks at you and he says, he took my books away. I'm gonna get them back.
Well, hang on a second, my good friend. You're not in charge here.
I just
Supposed to
want
be in
my
charge here.
I just want my research, alright? And he just sort of starts
You will
walking.
take it when we're done with this guy.
I'm just going to
That's
tell the
an order.
cleric right now that this man is getting books for learning about demons and rituals and their applications.
No,
That's why
that is
I'll...
he hears you say that and he looks annoyed and he says that is not what it is about.
Oh, it's about
After we've
research,
done-
is it?
It's about the influence of demonic powers on clerical rituals and their possible applications. And he again just jumps into a lengthy explanation what it is about that is just far above everyone's understanding. And you're fairly sure that he's using some of the words on purpose to sound smarter.
Sounds like a lot of demon worshipper gobbledygook to me.
You speak like a demon. Is your
What?
heart corrupted?
No! This is
Have they
academic
taken your soul and the
research!
tongue? Do they speak through you
What
right
are you
now?
talking about? What are they teaching at temples these days?
After we've done with this guy, we're coming for you. Now you sit here and wait. And don't make any step from here, from where you're standing.
Sure.
About this guy now. Let's get
Besides,
this
you
over with.
already promised you'd get me off the island.
That is true.
That was the deal.
Yeah, well, you have to behave yourself, right?
Fine, fine, I'm behaving myself. I'm behaving myself.
I still don't know a whole lot about you. And for you to, take this much precedence to actually come into this man's bloody well, under this man's, whatever it is, You basically worked under this man just to get some books. I don't know what you're willing to do. So just sit down, shut up, and wait.
Fine. And he just sits down where he's standing, like crosses his arms and like just looks basically like a sulky child. And the Ozymandias just starts laughing as you're dragging him out, and he says, "You're an idiot. I don't have your books. They got burnt. I told you 1,000,000 times." And the guy sitting is like, "I don't believe you. You're a liar. Give me my books back."
Why did you? When I smack him again, you're gonna be speaking with us. You have to answer for everything, and you will. You'll see. Take him
Alright.
away. We'll deal.
Yeah.
We'll deal with him upstairs.
So Litrix is gonna make sure Odium just sits there and doesn't do anything stupid, and you guys take the cult leader upstairs, out of the dungeon. As you exit, the guy that you captured first, like looks really horrified.
It's all under control, my son. It's okay.
Oh, okay. And actually,
you
one
guys
thing
don't-
you noticed,
Hmm?
you guys remembered, like, when you caught him and when you pinned that guy down, that he was, like, pretty emaciated and hadn't eaten well. And now that you, like, drag the cult leader out, you realize that he definitely had, his normal share of food. Like, he doesn't have any signs of not eating enough.
All right, noted.
So, what kind of man starves his own crew?
I'm very bad.
Exactly. A bad man that needs to speak.
There just wasn't enough food around. Jeez. Those who
Well, you
contributed
look like
most
you're
got the
plenty well
most food.
fed.
Those who work get food. That's just how it is.
Really? Because when we stumbled across this man, he was catching your food by the sounds of it. That sounds like he worked for his food. But yet he is thin.
Yes. And he did get food. Unlike
this-
Frank.
Look like he's been eating to you?
Well, he's standing upright, isn't he?
Oh boy.
Are we already upstairs at this point?
Yes, you
Damn
are
it.
upstairs. You are technically still on, like, the grounds where the temple used to stand, so you're, like, amidst a few burnt stones and a bit of rubble. But you are upstairs.
Okay, I'm intentionally making sure Ozymandias hits his head on every rock I can.
Don't kill him yet. Don't kill him yet.
Sjtolgegg, come on, please, you're being too nice.
Just
The thing is,
to make him uncomfortable.
he's, like, on 1 HP, so technically every time he hits a rock, he, like, falls unconscious again, and someone has to heal him up.
Slap him back with an amulet.
Yeah.
Every time he hits a rock, I'm gonna like pour a little bit of wine from my pitcher of ale.
Yeah. It's like-
I mean, I have lay on hands. Each time you hit a rock, I can-
No, that is too kind. Do
Yeah.
not waste. I've got an alchemy jug. This thing fills up all the time.
No, Sjtolgegg. Are you holding him tight?
Of course.
Good. I will stand in front of this cultist, looking right in the eyes. Well, I guess, since I'm short, I will be. Our eyes will be like same level.
Well, it depends. If Sjtolgegg is, like, still, like, holding him upside down, your eyes are probably at this, like, sort. You actually, you can look down on him a little bit.
Even better. Even better. All right, my friend. Last chance. Who are you working for? Why are you collecting all these discs? What is it all about?
I told your friends. Jesus.
You said that you wanna die, right?
Borris, I'm sorry,
You said-
I didn't fill you on the details, but yeah, we got a little
Oh.
bit more information.
Ah,
He's working for, he's trying to summon his god, Tharizdun. And I'm sure you know he needs these discs. And the last question I asked him is whether or not he had any more of these discs and how many he needs. And we still don't know who Mr. D is. Maybe he's
Do you know
Mr.
who-
Disc.
mean, this
Is there
guy
any-
said he was Mr. D, but
Is there any?
No, he didn't say he was Mr. D.
god damn it, it was Mr. D.
Exactly. We need to find out. Now,
We need to find out if he is Mr. D.
No. We don't know. We know he's not Mr. D. We need to find out who is Mr. D. I need to find out how many discs they have, because we have one, and they can't summon no god without this goddamn disc, I tell you.
And he's not telling that, right?
No, absolutely not. That guy is willing to do anything at this point.
I
To not
thought he
tell
said
you.
even die.
Oh yeah,
Are you ready
he's
to
more
die?
than willing to die. That's why we're not going to kill him.
I'm not gonna betray my god.
About that, Sjtolgegg, if he wants to die, let him have it. Just trust him.
wait a minute.
I got it under
Cleric
control.
actually gets mad.
He has to answer for all the sins he's done.
Isn't there another
Yes.
means that a cleric could go about this, though? I mean, I'm fine with killing this man, but, you know, I still feel I need something more out of him. I'm sure there's got to be a way.
Just wait and see. Sjtolgegg, please do the honor.
We're gonna
Gotta
get
step
something out of
back.
him. You'll see.
Just small interjection on my part. If you think about speaking with the dead or resurrecting him,
Yes. I was
Um,
gonna use Revivify.
yeah, I'm pretty. Wait, is Revivify?
I think we talked about this last time, right?
Still
With Revivify,
lost
the soul has to be willing, right? Or is that?
You
And
touch a creature that
not
has
feel
died
like
within
it's
the last
threatened,
minute.
right?
The creature to return to life with 1 hit points. The spell can't return to life. Creatures
Oh,
that has
Revivify is
died,
the one that doesn't ask if the soul is willing. Oh, that is mean. Okay, yep, nope, that totally works. Yep, sorry, my bad. I was thinking of resurrection, because with resurrection you get to
Yeah.
refuse. Yeah. Okay. Nope. I'm sorry.
If he's not gonna tell us anything, let him have it then. I guess we have not. We can't do anything about it. Sjtolgegg, do the honors, please.
Okay. Quick idea. Did we go past some steep cliffs that are above land
Oh,
when we were going on the open?
above land, above water? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Like,
To throw
there
him
was
inside.
land and then there was
Oh.
cliffs.
I don't think so,
Um,
right?
Throw him in the ground. From the cliff
No, like
instead of
the
water.
top. It's like sort of a relatively flat area. It's just cliffs on 3 sides and then a slope on the other.
There's a
Like you
slope.
can throw him onto rocks down, but you'd have to get there, which is probably a bit difficult.
I'll be real. I just want to throw this man in a high arc so that people can shoot arrows at him as he goes to his ultimate fate.
Fine with that.
You don't want to tie a rope around his leg and tow him behind the boat and then revive him while he's still being dragged by the boat?
That's part of it. That's the hammer throw part.
Oh, right. Of course. No.
It's fucking
I think we need to keep this man's limbs intact. Just for now.
Still not the worst interrogation technique I've ever seen a cleric do, so I'm good with it.
How to kill a man and
Sjtolgegg,
keep
you're the
intact.
furious barbarian. I feel maybe this is, you know, this is up your alley. You do what you need to do.
There's so many options.
Jesus.
There you go. Get a reckless attack.
Take your time. Take your time.
Just gonna go in hard with the great axe. Straight down.
Oh, wait.
Make sure you spell out. Oh, okay, never mind. You spell out every way you can kill him, just to scare him.
Yeah, you bring the axe down. You just hit him nicely. Revivify doesn't restore cut off limbs, so you're probably not trying to cut off his head, right?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, please don't.
Just going straight down.
So it just goes straight down into him, and yeah, he dies, and you hear like a squeal behind you, and you see like the little servant guy like poking. He'd been watching you, and he's like now hiding behind a wall, absolutely terrified of you.
Yeah, we should have told him to turn around. Don't
he's yeah,
That's
Is he
right.
dead?
We'll deal with him
he is
soon.
dead. He wasn't 1 HP. He is so dead.
Good.
And we could have just kicked him or something, right?
Smashed his head in, waterboarded. I don't fucking know.
I'll get on my knees, lay hands on the body,
There are a lot of dark options.
use my last 3rd level spell slot to revivify him.
Alright. You cast Revivify and
Does his eyes open up?
comes to with like half scream, half like deep breath, and he like stares at you, and he looks quite a bit more horrified than before.
And I smack him again with an aimbot. Hey, I thought you could get away with us! From us! I thought you could get away that easily! We can do it all day!
He looks at you, and he says, "I knew it. You clerics are the lowest of the scum. Even we wouldn't do this."
You could have done it the easy way, you know. Now speak, or we'll do it all day. I'm old, but I'm still strong, you know. Well, and I'm lying, of course. I don't have any more spell slots.
Give me a deception check, because he is a spellcaster himself, and he has been trying to keep track of your spell slots.
Well, yeah, that didn't go
And
well.
he just laughs and he says, "Really now? Really? I don't think you can."
I'm curious, is the axe still in the man, or did you pull it out?
No. It's not still in the man.
Damn.
Alright, maybe not all day, but long
I'll
enough.
make tomorrow, you know.
I would
Yeah.
look at
You-
Fisherman
you'll-
Sam.
you'll-
and,
Let me roll again to see how much mental fortitude he has after seeing the afterlife. Unrecognized command, just because I forgot a spacebar. 13. Alright. He definitely looks shaken. Like, you can see that he's realizing that you do mean it, and that even if you have to wait until the next day, you will probably keep going with this. And he has gotten a brief glimpse of the afterlife. And
Curious what
maybe
you've
it
seen
wasn't exactly what he imagined it to be. But he definitely looks quite a bit more
I'm
shaken now.
curious, and I'm gonna like kneel down and look at him and be like, "Did you see your pretty little god there? Or was he?
did.
Hmm. How did he
was-
feel about seeing you, his devotee?"
You can see him like trying to come up with an answer,
Ooh,
and then he just
cat got your
he
tongue.
just
He mustn't have been too pleased.
that
Mister, I'm
That
going to do
wasn't-
anything for my god. The one who will save me, and yet he doesn't
I was
look
just
like he loves you
not
so much.
worthy enough. I need to try harder. I shouldn't have told you anything.
Well, there's no going back now. So
But he sounds a lot less sure than, earlier in the cellar where he was, yeah, fuck you guys.
I'm gonna repeat again. We can do it. We can repeat it again tomorrow,
Yeah, we
and
can
you'll
just
have
tie this
plenty of
man
time to
up,
think.
have some rest, and we could just start again tomorrow. That sounds good.
He's already tied up. Still.
And we have a lot more clerics back in the temple where I'm from, so you don't need to wait the whole day.
Certainly
He
good at cleaning up mess, that's for sure.
lets out a deep sigh, and you can sort of see that he's just resigned himself, and he says, "Fine, what do you want to know? What exactly do you want to know?"
Well, there are quite a few things actually, and you're going to answer them all.
If I'm able to, yes.
Though you will be able to.
Jesus.
No doubt about it.
Don't let me. I'll have a word with the cleric. Actually, I don't even need to at this point. You've done enough.
What do you want to know?
Okay. First question. How many discs do you have, and how many do you need?
Well, this one was the first one. All in total, there are 3 pieces from what we know.
Do you know the whereabouts of any of the other discs?
Yes. Well, kind of.
You just said yes.
I was in the process of making a deal with the Sahagwin. But the ship that I sent never came back.
Now hold on a minute. You mean the Sahagwin are about to go war with the lizard folk?
I don't know anything about that. I just know they're living
In the
on
marsh?
the coast. Up to the north of SaltMarsh, along the coast. That's all I know about them.
Hmm.
And they did claim they had found one of the pieces.
Okay. And what of the third?
I don't know. I really don't.
Okay.
I wonder
is
how they
Mr.
get
D?
all this information.
What did you say, Boris?
Nah, I was wondering how do they usually get information then?
We used to be in contact with Mr. D. I do not know his name. All I know is that he is called Mr. D, and he's the one who sort of had the connections to find pieces and who was organizing the whole thing. But we completely lost contact with him some 3 weeks ago. I don't know what happened.
And where is he located?
I don't know. I've only ever either talked to him through sending or through his messengers.
Don't you need to know a location to use sending?
You just need to know the person.
Okay. What was that, Borris?
Well, the person needs to know you. And apparently he knew me. I do not know how.
I was just asking, maybe he knows who was the guy who disappeared in the middle of a fight.
Good question.
That guy seems special.
His name was Bailiff. We hired him to train our some of our guys for defense, and he basically works for the highest bidder. Bastard ran away when things got tough.
And would Mr. Bailiff probably wouldn't know more than you, I'm assuming. If he's just a man for hire.
No. I made sure not to get information to outsiders.
What do you think, lads? Anything else we want to get from this man? I think that's about all we need to know. I'm curious, these discs, are they the only means to which you need to summon your god, or is there some other application that needs to be performed?
As far as I know, you need the discs, you need to know the right incantations, and you need to have a proper setup and sacrifices.
Is it the Virgin
And
Blood
also,
again?
no, you need a vessel to house our god.
I'm guessing that cannot be
What's this called?
how to put it? It can't be just a basic vessel, as far as I understand. It has to be able to hold a god within it, yes?
There are not
And
many
when
creatures that would be able to host our god. Certainly not anything as weak as humans.
Okay. Well,
But from what I hear, they have already taken care of the vessel.
and do you know what